In situations of legacy, what do you is the first thing that comes up to your mind? Thinking about where you actually can have your family orient. Legacy is one of those mouthfuls that makes your mind wonder, what would life look like if I wasn't here? What up, though? Adrian Mays, your AI cash story captain and AI wealth strategist, here to talk to you a little bit about legacy, about debunking those common legacy myths that sometimes shape our mind to bring our figment of imagination to be what it is. The greatest thing about being the best version of yourself is learning and growing daily. Most wonderful thing about a new year and starting off a new whole idea is that thing called legacy. It's funny building your own app and having the opportunity to show people what it looks like to be a billionaire as day 617 in the billionaire journey of Adrian Mays. What up, though? And it might be 618. I had to slow down and just kind of think about it. But debunking the common legacy myths. If you actually follow at Adrian Mays at all, a little backstory of knowing the AI legacy blueprint, understanding how to pitch like a pro. I'm getting the actual reinforcement to be able to bring the masses to the opportunity of the AI legacy blueprint. And what I mean when I say that is when you have the understanding of how structure looks like, we're going to try it someone else's way. Dr. Forbes Riley, if a billionaire doesn't follow another billionaire, she has an amazing pitch like a pro training. And talking about this tool per se, Forbes Riley has challenged to master your pitch. And in regards to building tools and micro apps for people in general, the great thing about having the opportunity to do that is change can happen in any moment. But when you have someone like a Dr. Forbes Riley, excuse me, that's motivating you and kind of cheering you on to get your product out there, it makes you take a new perspective. And so I'm going to be going live a lot here within the next couple of weeks. But what I wanted to actually the next couple of weeks until we get to the billionaire goal. So that's going to be as long as it has to be. Hopefully, it will be a couple of weeks. That'd be nice, nice vacation. But when we look at debunking those common legacy myths, and adapting to the new normal of wealth building. Welcome to 2026 in the AI Legacy Blueprint Virtual Room. Just understanding this, the ground rules of any type of time you want to leave a comment. And if you're here live, that's amazing. If you're here via virtual, then guess what? Leave your first and last name in the comment in one word to actually have your brand. And turn your cameras on and interact, engage, be a part of the conversation. Raising your virtual hand, that would be an option as well in regards to just being a part of this actual process. So here, I want to take it where the game has changed. The old version, here's how to do X, where the new version is what you believe about legacy is quietly costing you money and peace. So you're not selling tactics, you're exposing false assumptions. The one thing that I can actually reflect on when I think about this idea that the version of life has changed, how to, if you go through Google or anything else, it's what you believe is happening and costing you. It's those selling tactics that we're moving away from to be able to expose the best version of ourselves. And so when we look at debunking these myths, literally, most people think that legacy is something you leave behind, right? And then even taking it one more step further, it's what if the belief is exactly what's keeping you stressed right now? How you feel about legacy is the thing that's keeping you up at night, that's not allowing you to reach the next goals that you want to achieve. What if legacy is something you live like right now and not leave? So what if the biggest threat to your legacy isn't the lack of money, but outdated beliefs? Now I want to pause right there. I was talking to my business partner, the tax extraordinary Nika Games, about this earlier in regards to looking at legacy and not the financial portions to legacy, but the outdated beliefs, the mindsets. As I talk about the AI cash story captain, AI wealth strategist, one of the main things that we stands out is AI, artificial intelligence. Change is real. And as you look as things progress in the years that's happening, we're looking to establish that legacy. What does that look like? Does it look like you dancing all over TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook? Or does it look like you being studious in front of a computer or even face to face? Whatever it is for you for legacy, what you have to realize is the shift in your mindset. Leave in the comments for me what legacy looks like to you if you're watching live or even watching a replay. Because again, people are literally are earning more, but they're sleeping worse. Because again, income numbers are up and being able to understand that confusion is up. That's not a money problem, my friends. That's a clarity problem. That has nothing to do with the numbers in your bank account. It's all about just feeling comfortable with having the mentality of what you're going to actually have. So, good intentions end up with scattered decisions. People are trying to do the right thing, taxes here, credit there, business somewhere else, but no one ever showed them how it all connects. So, when you look at that, those legacy leaks. They don't look dramatic at all. They look like small decisions made in isolation and repeated for years. So when you look at what the whole idea of what legacy looks like, you'll see why legacy myths fail. Traditional wealth advice in 2026 and beyond, it feels right, but doesn't work anymore because we have crypto, we have different means of education with material or non-material. So understanding that end meaning of what legacy looks like, it's ever changing. So we're going to talk about what wealth looks like for you. Why make more money? That concept is outdated. Why tools don't equal clarity, and why peace is the new wealth metric that's going to help you in regards to whatever your accomplishment may be in regards to your goals. Now, I want to slow down here and be honest because, again, everybody doesn't have to be on a billionaire journey. I get it. I get it. Have your goals and strive high and be the best version of yourself, but you don't have to go extreme. But when I think about a billionaire like a Oprah Winfrey or Rihanna or Elon Musk or Donald Trump or any of those moguls that has behind them the Tyler Perrys, right? Any of those moguls that have that billionaire behind their names, that Urban Magic Johnsons. I hate to name drop, but because you get started in your brain, you start going, don't leave that person out, don't leave out that person. So anyway, my point is, you have your goal, have your dream, whatever your dream doesn't have to be a billionaire dream. And when you say whatever you mean, in regards to having those beliefs, having that discernment of what you look like, everything else just goes to the wayside because again, this myth number 1, legacy starts after you're successful. Oh no. This is what you see is what you get with Adrian Mays. The one authenticity that you have to love about yourself is legacy begins the moment your decisions affect more than just you. So if you wake up in the morning and you're impacting your maybe you make breakfast for your children or for your spouse or for your mother or father or whomever in regards to taking care of and looking out of in regards to your legacy, it's more than you. It's so crazy how life works, my friends, because when you start realizing and leading to myth number 2, it really makes your eyes open. It understanding that more income fixes everything. Oh, Jesus, that more income without clarity just increases the size of the mistakes. What this, I talk about God a lot because my higher power is God, and understanding that the faith of a mustard seed. When I think about that statement, the faith of a mustard seed, you have to have so much faith in regards to what your goals are. If it's changing your financial blueprint, if it's introducing something new in regards to your legacy, if it's opening your mindset into something different, you have to be in a different caliber of where you're going in regards to your mind. But just thinking that throwing money on top of the problem is going to fix everything, that's where we go wrong in so many different relationships. So again, that stress that it causes, is it worth it? Because it leads to myth number 3 in regards to knowing that good advice is enough. Is that good enough? Advice without context, it creates doubt, not confidence. Never give up. That's the mindset that you should have. Now, everybody doesn't have that mindset. It's okay because you meet people where they are. But when you start knowing and loving yourself to be the best version of yourself, the only requirement is for you to show up. Now, is that a lot for some people? Yes, it is. It's a lot for some people because doing something no and getting comfortable being uncomfortable, they rather talk about somebody else not doing the work. You got to do the work. And what the work looks like for me is going to look different for you. And that's okay. But I'm telling you, my friends, doing the work and taking the time to take things one day at a time, that's how you grow and be the best version of you. And it's like it's like one of those things that are it's a so an affection that grows and builds. It just so it excites me even in this moment. So anyway, and myth number 4, you guys, if anything, know that I have the energy. Can't help it. But wealth tools work independently. One decision at a time. Legacy is lost in the gaps between decisions. This is huge. Because since when and where do you go where wealth actually works independently? Please let's start there. Because again, when you think about wealth in itself, you can't do anything alone. We talk about growth and building and having the best version of whatever you're looking to do. But you can't get there by yourself. It doesn't, there's no, there's turns, there's lefts, there's rights in regards to it. That wealth journey, in regards to the legacy that you're actually creating, it's bar to none comparable to anything that you're ever going to live on. So when I look at the pain points of people that are particular, because doing the research and working with the billionaires and the millionaires and the AI space, the app space, you want to make sure that you're helping someone. So when I slowed down a little bit and looked at the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator, and I said to myself that I just messed up, I said to myself, self, what person would actually benefit on the other side of investing in themselves with this actual invention that Enika Gaines and Adrian Mays came up with, right? So I was excited and prayed about it and put the mindset around it and put the whole, put everything together. And when I think about perfection, perfection never wins. So looking at the wealth journey and what your journey looks like for you, it uncovers those hidden money, those reducing those tax thought process, though optimizing your cash flow and helps you to make confident decisions using guided calculators, AI insights, in the 90-day transformation system. I say just give me 10. Just give me 10 minutes a day. And that way it can change the way that you have the perspective of what your finances look like. And it's not just about your bank account. It's takes you to see what's holding you back in regards to wealth and opening your eyes. It's a wealth operating system, if I can say. So having most people don't have a money problem, my friend. They have a visibility problem and a gap in what school never taught. I think about a lot of entrepreneurs, people, especially it being tax time, Airbnbs, people getting wealth and generating wealth, which is amazing. However, when you're generating wealth, sometimes you might miss a couple of lessons in regards to how money works. So, this actual solution allows you to see where money is leaking and why. Understanding your position before filing your taxes, making smarter business decisions, real estates, nonprofit, business, credit, AI, automation, mindset, wealth, health, legacy. It's calculators and tools to build wealth with intention. That's not reaction. That's the key part to give you the clarity. So we're going to create momentum with wealth and legacy, right? So in regards to the process, number one, you complete the intake in the wealth journey in regards to your journey intake, answering short questions, just uncovering some core problems, or even blocking some of your wealth access across all the 4 pillars. Then you'll see your results instantly as soon as you log in on your dashboard, seeing some of the blind spots where you're leaving money on the table. Then you'll get started on the 90-day challenge, 10 minutes a day, setting aside to work on your net operating financial system, to do those and seeing how much money you're really making. Are you really making the wealth that you want on paper as well as what's in your account? Entering different calculators and doing different tools to see if those two align. And entering real numbers into guided calculator to see exactly where you stand. So it's game changing for the reason that no jargon, no overwhelm, and just direction to give you that clarity of what things that were not taught in school. These why your taxes always feel confusing. We don't have a tax 101 in high school. I mean, in college, if you're in an accounting or some type of business type of degree, maybe. But again, pain point of why credit decisions seem so random, understanding how credit works, leverage, why wealth feels harder for some than it should, why working harder has never worked, and then why AI feels powerful, but is still unclear. But you'll finally see why it matters, where to start first. And this is where, like, oh, Okay, now I get it. So just 90 days, my friends. It takes one clear task, one insight, consistency of taking the same action each day, growing and building that mindset, that tool of education that no one can actually take away from you. You don't binge, you build. One thing I can tell you in my journey, if anything, knowing the whole idea of how money works, things take time to develop. It's one system. You have every all of these different things. I could be honest and say I have a story about every single last pillar, every single last pillar here, have experience, have some type of accolade, some type of amazing webinar performance I can provide in regards to every single last wealth pillar here. I'm on a billionaire journey. I got to build the family office internally, I guess, but presumptuously as God has had me designed, and with taxes in regards to the tax extraordinaire and understanding how taxes work. If you've been audited, and I'll share that story with you shortly. Like, if you've been audited, you understand the importance of a good tax preparer. I remember when I was working with my cousin, one of the best jobs I ever had in my life, working with the Chris Bosh Foundation as the Chris Bosh Foundation coordinator, business coordinator. And one of the things I based in Detroit, Michigan, my cousin was playing for the Toronto Raptors, Chris Bosh. He was, and of course, they're from Dallas, Texas, and we had family in Ohio and Mississippi doing camps in Georgia and Texas, of course, and in Florida. So anyway, so within this, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. What up, though? And I got audited because I went to my family tax prepared. If I see Mr. Brown to Sam Brown today, still, I always remember my guy. That's when I knew my dad had my back because yeah, I got audited, and I had two options. And this is I was in my 20s, and 2 options. Option one, pay almost $30,000. And this again, almost years ago, this is still even now. Somebody asks you to pay $20,000 or $30,000, that's a lot. Or go to jail. Now, if you know anything about Adrian Mays, I'm 5'11" and weigh maybe pounds. So I did not like that go to jail option, even though years later I make stupid decisions to take myself right back to jail to drink and drive. But hey, that's why you have life and you have life's decisions. That's crazy that just popped in my head because I didn't plan on saying that out loud. But anyway, my point is when you get to the point of growing and building, that I got audited. And when you have someone you trust doing your taxes, that's what Iniga Games brings to the tax table. In over 30 years of experience in building this actual tool that can actually have a maybe a part of the extraordinaire, but doesn't have to have a whole. Maybe not. You do your own taxes. Maybe you have another tax preparer. Maybe some of the insights that you can receive is what is provided in this amazing tool that we call the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator. So again, learning in taxes, having a credit repair company previously, of course, and being a previous mortgage broker, so real estate being important with not only just residential, but also with commercial. So important to actually establish a legacy and what that looks like for you. Business, understanding, optimizing your structure. If it's an LLC, if it's a S corp, if it's a C corp, whichever is best for you, having that actually done and strategically doing that as well. Nonprofit. So having a navigation of understanding as being a proud 16 years president of CCC Because We Care Foundation, our nonprofit helps people, impacting people in regards to growth and determination. Having those tools and understanding the importance of giving back is huge. And literally, my business partner, Agent Gaines, is actually doing a fundraiser for CCC Because We Care Foundation at this time as well. So on my page, showing you the ins and outs, but just wanted to kind of put that tidbit out there as well. So working in AI in consulting, of course, as the AI cat story captain and as a AI wealth strategist, helping business owners and individuals use AI to reduce costs and multiply productivity, life insurance, estate planning, automation, travel, mindset, wealth, health. My friends, this is the total piece of what wealth looks like. This is how you get started building your legacy, having different portions of these tools. Now, having everything at once, no, but everything connects. Nothing lives in isolation. And this is amazing to get started with over 80 different tools and calculators to be able to get you understood. So, this is for small business owners, side hustlers, and entrepreneurs, coaches that's supporting clients with real numbers, people that are tired of guessing, and anyone ready for clarity over chaos. Now, everything is not for everybody. This is not for those that are generic advice seekers or set it and forget it type of mindsets, or people who don't want to look under the hood. People that are really into bookkeeping, I was that's one of the ones that are pay attention to numbers, accountants. These are the individuals that want to know. So most people overpay taxes, miss deductions and credits, underuse AI, make decisions without seeing the full picture, delay wealth building until later. And this literal tool will show you how where you are today, what's being overlooked, and how to move forward with confidence. I know one of the things that I shared earlier in today was in regards to Dr. Forbes Riley and being able to pitch like a pro. And one thing that they do is share with you is to take the pain point and turn that pain point and take the solution as and have your product or service as the solution. So I thought it was pretty fly, the exercise, because again, being able to clearly state your positioning helps you be able to get, you only have 2 minutes to capture someone's attention. So in all hindsight, and looking in regards to the different common legacy myths, building this tool, and I wanted to try Dr. Forbes' method, and I'm going to consistently do this as much as possible because again, the goals need to be met. But if I look at my ideal person and talk to that person within the camera, as she sold over 2.6 billion in sales. So I said, practice makes perfect, right? Why not try? So talking to the person that has wants their numbers to be in their bank account that align what's in their accounts. They pay attention to detail. They they care about what happens to their legacy. They might be single or they might be married. They are maybe a homeowner or entrepreneur. They have something that they stand for that's of value. It might not be you work every day. When you stop and slow down and see what life looks like, and you slow down and see that the solution is on the other side of the problem, and you just keep working and grinding. This here micro app that was been built and designed is for that person that wants to see financial transformation, to see the different pillars of how travel can intertwine with your taxes and your real estate and your so these different pillars coming together to help you be the best version of you. So I love the fact in regards to the myth of what legacy looks like as it's a process of elimination. We're providing a product to help people grow because you can't fix what you can't see. If I don't know I'm doing something wrong, then how am I supposed to fix the new connections, understanding wealth? Living in regards to a world where you have online millionaires and billionaires, or even 9 to 5 workers, you have to understand that making single variable decisions, why are we doing that? That's a choice. You can't fix what you can't see. So you take the idea in one view, no guessing, and understanding that every decision has a ripple effect. All of these different words have the power to have the tool and the solution of the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator. So I'm going to keep practicing. I'm going to keep going with it because, again, the pitch is the key part of being able to tell someone how I can help you with your problem that is so pertinent to help you be the best version of yourself financially. So I wanted to do this here live with you, going through the different steps of what Forbes has, and this challenge is going to help the AI Legacy Blueprint Master Calculator get out to the masses on a level that I can't even I can't even fathom because you got to put the work in, and I have a plan mentally to put the work in because clarity changes everything. I want to be able to explain this calculator, my friends, to you all, like, I want to be able to explain this calculator to you where it's so cold that you get it. I got it, Adrian. It's nothing I can actually, there's nothing, no other product out in the world that will help me more than what we are doing right now. So I just want you to understand that access to this amazing tool, most people are just overpaying for missed opportunities and stressed simply because no one showed them how the system works. I literally know that where the work needs to start. It's not going to be perfect, and nothing is going to be perfect. So I taken the opportunity to jump in, debunking some of the common legacy myths. Now I'm going to literally refine the know-how, the flow, the whole webinar flow. Because again, the next step is to automate the webinar. So, like I said, you have to have these little pieces in place. But until, and I will never forget, in one of my mentors, Jonathan Montoya's mentorship, one of the pieces of advice that just popped in my head: you never automate your webinar until you make it gold. Like, you have to profit from the webinar first. So that's the beginning part of the webinar. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know live or in the comments what you think in regards to the beginning of pitching this in a different way, instead of just telling you about the calculator, telling you the features, telling you the benefits. The calculator does one, two, three, XYZ. Working on those pain points and creating a presentation that will gravitate and draw you to making a decision that I want to make change financially. So I'll see you here live a lot this week, next week, ongoing for the rest of my days. And I'm glad to be here with you guys to share this message of change that can happen. So keep going. The only person that is going to slow you down is you. And but the key thing is about slowing down, it's okay. You're supposed to slow down in certain moments. But it's sometimes you're not. Sometimes you got to go full fledged. Sometimes you're going to fail, make some mistakes. You might hurt some people along the way, but when you just come back and know that your higher power, which mine is God, thank God for him. Oh, I love him. I love him because he loves me. So who am I to actually stop you in your process for what God has planned? So if you were able to actually get anything from this video here today, give me some feedback. Let me know in the comments in regards to growing and building. Adrian, I love it. Adrian, work on some of this. But I'm going to be continuously doing this, getting live, getting the feedback, getting some interaction from you so I can be the best version of me to be the best for us. Let's go. So here we go. So this is the actual line for wrapping up for 2026 and beyond. I can, I will, I am victorious. Let's go. I can, I will, I am victorious. Let's go. And the other thing, the way I'm going to introduce myself, Adrian Amazing Maze. You see how the A Maze, amazing, amazing is in the name. So I'm amazing. It's already in the name. It's laid out. So those two things, I'm getting Adrian together so I can come out here like, So, hopefully you enjoyed this live here today. Debunking common legacy myths. We talked a lot on a serious note. We talked a lot about legacy, what that looks like, and when it's really not about the financial journey. It's really about having the mindset to be the best version of yourself and getting mentors, getting coaching, getting consistency, getting a plan, and doing it consistently. That's how change happens. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I gave you the breakdown on how we end every live. I can, I will, I am victorious. What up though? Adrian Mays, Detroit, Michigan, your AI cash story captain, AI wealth strategist. Let's go. Deuces.